Hello everyone, thanks very much for joining us. I'm Philip Duncan. High pressure is moving in this weekend, which means light winds for many places and warmer subtropical breezes for those further south, around Southland and Otago. Let's take a look at the animated wind map. There is the high pressure, and you can see the subtropical airflow being pulled down, and that's the reason why the lower part of New Zealand will be the first to get it. And it's going to push our temperatures up even further this weekend. Here is the departure from normal for Saturday. The red is 4 to 8 degrees warmer than average, and clearly most of the South Island is leaning warmer than average, and a large portion of the North Island also in that warmer category. Same story on Sunday. Most places in the late teens, early 20s. The only other areas that might cool down a bit is on Sunday in the north here, around the northeastern side. There's a bit of a breeze coming through with cloud and maybe a couple of showers. So we'll talk about that in a moment. Let's kick off with Saturday though, and in comes the high over the North Island. So the North Island has light winds and therefore warm afternoons, but colder nights still. It's still a little bit cool at night, and you might notice that a little more overnight and into Saturday with that high rolling through. There's the northwesterly flow coming in. That's keeping Southland and Otago and Canterbury above normal by 4 to 8 degrees. On Sunday, the same story on the west coast and the same story for the South Island. Just a little bit more showers, a little bit more shower activity moving up to about Hokitika on Sunday, and maybe a couple of light showers coming in around Bay of Plenty. There is that northeasterly breeze. That's the reason why your temperatures on Sunday will be closer to average rather than above it, and maybe a bit more cloud and a couple of showers around East Cape, maybe getting down to Gisborne and even Mahia Peninsula. So next week, we've got this developing rainmaker in the Tasman and also the subtropics. So the models are still not quite aligned on what is going on. For the most part, we're still expecting the bulk of the rain to be offshore, just like that low has done. The next one that forms behind it will probably follow a similar pattern. But it's a warm day to kick off next week. Monday looks mild, rain on the west coast, but there is a colder change here, which will arrive later on. Now by Tuesday, the Southland region and Otago is under that colder airflow, but further north, it's still mild, coming through with a subtropical nor'easter and a trough forming around Norfolk Island. That's sort of like the beginning of a low pressure system. So I call it a pothole in the sky because it's sort of like a bowl full of water. So you can see here it's got showers in there, but the air pressure is 10, 11, which is pretty much average air pressure. But by next Wednesday, this does deepen a little further and does turn into a low pressure system. But it's just north of us, and that's because of high pressure down here expanding back against it and pushing that rain northwards. It's a bit of a 50-50. I'd keep an eye on your local forecast at ruralweather.co.nz or at weatherwatch.co.nz. Take a look at that hourly stuff on Wednesday and Tuesday and the chance of rain and the rainfall totals. That is the best thinking. That rural weather page and our hourly data, that's from IBM, and it really is the best way of crunching all of the different models. This is just one model, but this one model does factor in lots of data. Now, speaking of models and data, on Monday, this Monday coming up, we'll present our next climate update. They've been a little bit uneven with the timings that we've been doing them. That's partially to do with the weather patterns. No point in doing a big climate update if there's nothing new to tell you, but also the COVID-19 thing has thrown us a wee bit with our workloads. But we're hopeful on Monday to have our next climate update, so look out for that. It should give you a good understanding of as to how our weather pattern will look as we go into, believe it or not, winter, which is coming up not far away now, the start of June. So we'll be looking closely at that weather pattern on Monday. Until then, have a great weekend.